Hello, BCW fans. I am longtime independent wrestling supporter Robert. When Sparks Fly was a very good show from the Elks Lodge on Queens Boulevard. We kicked things off with Larry Legend in the ring, and he introduced an R&B singer. Can't remember his name. He sang the national anthem and did very good with it. And then there was a 10-bell salute for Danny Yams, who had passed away last month. And then they had a Battle Royal, Danny Yams Battle Royal, Memorial Battle Royal, which was won by Lucifer Darkside. Other participants I recognized were Chris Rex, Snot Flag Boy, Magma, a man I remember as Leon Mason in Fighting Spirit Wrestling. Who else did I recognize in the match? The Amazing Graysons. I forgot who else I remember or recognize in this one. But the main show we actually kicked off with Maxwell Jacob Feinstein defeating Sebastian Cage. We then had a 6-man tag team match. The Hounds of Hatred, Boo Sullivan, Bam Sullivan, and the Devil's Outlaw Stockade defeated the GOAT, Superstar Whiplash, Chris Cage, and Riot Rays. Up next, the Caveman took on Eric Jaden, and Caveman won a disqualification when Jaden hit a low blow. Up next, we had a women's matchup, which we saw Faye Jackson defeat Solo Darling and Dominique Fabiano. Next matchup, we saw Crusade for Change, TJ Marconi and Darius Carter hit the ring, and they took a microphone and they talked about their opponents, and out came the Disassemblers, Bobby C. and Jack Sisko. I'm not sure if that is his name or not. But Marconi and Carter were victorious in this matchup. Next up, the elite athlete Mike Orlando defeated the Greek god Papadon. He went to intermission at that point. Up next, we had Flight Night Volume 3, as we first saw, the participants were Jimmy Lloyd, Colossal Mike Law, Indigo Child, Facade, J. George, and the New Age Punisher, B-Boy. B-Boy pinned Lloyd, and J. George, I forgot who he ended up pinning, and it came down to B-Boy against J. George, and J. George managed to pull out a victory over B-Boy to advance, I think, to the final Flight Night, which I don't know when that will be happening. Up next, out comes the Cartel, General Romero and Joseph Von Schmidt, and Romero took the American flag from Michael Licata, who was sitting a few seats away from me, and Romero was going to burn the American flag, much like the Un-Americans tried to do in Madison Square Garden back in 2002. But out comes the Man of Steel, Mike Verna, and the match was on, and Verna really had things going up until the man I knew as Leon Mason in Fighting Spirit Wrestling came through the crowd and chokeslammed Verna. It appears Leon's the newest member of the Cartel, and they did a number on Verna after the match, and Romero did get the victory. But out comes Verna's fellow son of Brooklyn. Talon hits the ring, and I forgot what he took the microphone. I forgot what he ended up saying, and I guess they'll have a tag match at a future BCW show. Up next, we had an 8-man tag team match, which saw Team Pazuzu at full force, Pinky Sanchez, Jaka, Angel Ortiz, and Mike Drastic defeat the Amazing Graysons and Certified Sexy. Now, right before the first match of the main show took place, BCW commentator Peter Rosado comes to the ring and announced to the crowd that BCW was merging with Tier 1 Wrestling. Out comes, I didn't get his name, but he is the manager of Moose. And they mentioned that Moose's scheduled opponent, King of New York, EC Negro, was not there. And Tier 1 heavyweight champion Rude Boy Riley had come out, and he offered to defend the belt against Moose later in the show. And Moose's manager, I did not get his name, they made the deal, and that was the final match of the show, which saw Rude Boy Riley defeat Moose to retain the Tier 1 Wrestling Heavyweight Championship. It was a small crowd. Very good night of wrestling action. Well, it was time for personal notes. It was great seeing crew members Mike, Jeff. So I remember seeing Stella, Susie. Great seeing Joel Maximo, Elena, Suntan, Jack Sabbath, Larry Legend, Stacy, Eric Cooper. Michael Licata. Who else do I remember seeing there? Well, there are some memorable quotes. I want my video! Boo Sullivan, when he noticed me before his match, referring to another video recap. When you're sitting next to Robert Lottie, you're sitting next to greatness. NYWC co-owner Shane to Mike McNicholas. Fuck that ref! Fuck that ref! The crowd to referee David Zubin. I forgot why they were saying that. Robert Lottie loves it right now. TJ Marconi when the Disassemblers came out to Coming Undone by the band Korn. Awesome song. Okay, well, BCW did not announce their next show date. I really hope this company does do well and continues to grow, and hopefully more fans come to the show. To their shows. Now, what else I can say about this that I may or may not have forgotten? Ah, boy. Ah, man. Shit. Yeah, I think Eric Cooper, you were pretty much in the zone once again, and definitely, hopefully the BCW will have. I don't know if they're going to run in August at this rate, but hopefully they'll run very soon.